History is written by the victors. But what if the page had turned another way? A single sea battle. Two worlds colliding. And one woman standing at the edge of an empire. But what if Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt, had won the Battle of Actium? Welcome to Timelines Rewritten, the place where alternate history isn't just speculation, it's storytelling reimagined. Today, we shift the sails of time to 31 BCE, on the waters of Actium, where a naval battle determined not just who would rule Rome, but whether the West or the East would shape the future. In our timeline, Cleopatra and Mark Antony lost. Octavian became Augustus, and the Roman Empire changed the course of human civilization. But what if Cleopatra had won? What if the Queen of the Nile had outmaneuvered Rome itself? Let's dive into a world where Egypt becomes the heart of a new empire, women rise to power centuries early, and the Renaissance blooms in the shadow of the pyramids. In our alternate timeline, the Battle of Actium doesn't end with Cleopatra and Antony fleeing in shame. Instead, they lure Octavian into a trap. Cleopatra, with the help of her Greek naval advisors, deploys a decoy fleet. As Octavian pursues, the real Egyptian fleet encircles him in a crescent maneuver inspired by Alexander's tactics. The wind shifts, literally. Egyptian fire ships ignite several Roman vessels, while Antony rallies defecting legions from the eastern provinces. Octavian, battered and outmaneuvered, retreats. News spreads fast. Rome's young upstart has been defeated. With Octavian gone, Cleopatra sails back to Alexandria in triumph. But victory is just the beginning. Cleopatra doesn't just stop at defense. She's a strategist, a visionary, and now an empress in everything but name. Her next move? A bold one. She invites Roman senators sympathetic to Antony to relocate to Egypt, offering them positions in a new Mediterranean council. Greek, Egyptian, and Roman laws begin to merge into a new hybrid civil code. Antony, wounded in battle but alive, is no longer a soldier. He becomes a governor-general, sent to stabilize former Roman territories in Asia Minor. Cleopatra ruled from Alexandria, now the world's cultural and political capital. Her policies promote multilingual education, public baths, and healthcare for citizens borrowing from Roman systems, but adapted with Egyptian sustainability and Greek rationalism. Octavian's retreat shatters the Roman Republic. Back in Rome, his authority is questioned. Without a decisive victory, civil war reignites. In this world, Rome breaks apart, not into a united empire, but into fragmented city-states, much like ancient Greece. Cleopatra seizes the moment. She sends envoys, scholars, and gold to stabilize parts of Italy under friendly regimes. Trade routes open. The Nile becomes a corridor of commerce, not just for grain, but knowledge. Religions evolve differently too. In the vacuum left by Roman centralization, early Christianity spreads slower. Without Roman persecution, there's no martyrdom to fuel its fire. Instead, a spiritual blend takes shape. Isis worship, Stoic philosophy, and Eastern mysticism converge into a religion based on balance and cosmic order. Science and faith are not seen as rivals, but as partners. Would the scientific revolution have come early? Would there have been no dark ages? And then, the big question: how would this Eastern Mediterranean superpower interact with the rest of the world? China's Han Dynasty would likely trade directly with Alexandria, perhaps even collaborate on early mapmaking or medicine. Africa's kingdoms, like Nubia and Axum, could rise in tandem as partners, not colonies. With a female monarch leading the ancient world, it becomes far more common for women to ascend thrones in India, Arabia, and even pre-Islamic Persia. Colonialism, as we know it, might never happen. The mindset of conquest could give way to federation and knowledge exchange. Okay, Timelines Rewritten community, Let's hear it from you. What would Cleopatra's world look like 500 years later? Would the modern world be more peaceful? More advanced? More equal? Tell us in the comments, what twist would you add to this alternate timeline? And don't forget, if this kind of reimagining fires up your brain, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a new episode of Timelines Rewritten. Cleopatra's story didn't end with her defeat. It was rewritten by her enemies, by propaganda, by history itself. But today, we took back the pen. We imagined a world shaped not by conquest but by intelligence, diplomacy, and culture. And maybe, just maybe, that's the kind of history we should be creating now. Subscribe to Timelines Rewritten. Because history doesn't belong to the past. It belongs to the minds bold enough to question it.